Wait for the game capture to pull up. There we go. Hello and welcome everybody to Tuesday Night Racing. And if you're hearing us, that means we are live with the HCK Beagles Superspeedway League. And tonight we are at iRacing Superspeedway. High banks, long straightaways and 3 miles per lap of crazy racing action. We look forward to seeing what tonight's show is going to give us, but we're going to start things off with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And thank you, everybody. I'm Alan Brown, and I am joined in the booth for today's Race in Action by Mr. Alan English. Alan, how you doing tonight, man?
Good, man. Looking forward to this race all week. As we know, this HCK Beagles League never disappoints in Superspeedway action, and this is the superest of the super speedways, I guess you could call it. It's 3 miles long. The banking is just scary to look at. If they ever built this track in real life, I'm telling you, there'd be a body count. But looking forward to some good racing tonight, as these guys do have a fast repair or two, I believe. I think they have two. So no reason why these guys can't make it all the way if they try to dodge a little bit of trouble tonight.
And down there, back on pit road, we missed you last week, buddy, and you missed a good one, but you're here this week for, I think, probably going to be an even better one. That's Mr. Adam Turner.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back with y'all. Yeah, I had a little business proposition going on, you know. You got to take that when it comes. But you mentioned 2 fast repairs, 75% fuel, 60 laps at 3 miles a lap. That's 180 miles if you're doing your math. So it's going to be fun. And if this was real, there would be a graveyard in the middle because it's going to get crazy.
That it will indeed, as we take a look at today's race info for the iRacing Superspeedway 180 presented by Laid Back Racing. They are definitely one of the premiers in go-kart engines and modifications. Definitely go give them a shout out on Facebook if you are into that karting scene and are looking for, you know, a specially tuned engine, or, you know, maybe even just want to get your old engine just a little bit cleaned up and make it newer, because everyone knows a clean, nice, shiny engine goes a little bit quicker than those old ones. So definitely go check them out on Facebook at Laid Back Racing. As we take a look here, you can see this very shaped like a paperclip style track, but don't let that fool you. These guys will not be lifting whatsoever. We're expecting 220 miles an hour here today, especially once when we get into that big old pack of draft. And apart from that, you know, weather looks pretty good. Track's going to be a little bit warm, but not too bad. But Also going to bring us down to that key to the race, and it is watch that apron. Yeah, aprons aren't just in the kitchen. You can find them here at the bottom of this racetrack, and man, that thing is violent if you hit it.
Yeah, the transition's very, very steep, especially when you get into 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just that transition from right there at the yellow line, stay above that yellow line, whatever you do, because if you try to cross it, you're going to be dragging part of a fender, and it's not going to work out well for you, especially if you're at speed with a bunch of other trucks around you drafting. Look at the qualifying times these guys are. These trucks are doing 212, 213 by themselves, folks. So imagine what they're going to do in a draft. These guys are going to be hitting IndyCar speeds with pickup trucks here tonight. It's going to be awesome.
So we are underway here in qualifying. Let's jump into the 13 truck, changing up that paint a little bit, and go to that roll bar just so everyone can see that crazy banking that's going on here. And it's not the smoothest of transitions into the corners either. We talked about that transition to the apron, but these things a little bumpy on the entrance and exits of these turns.
Yeah, both of those, I think it's 1 and 3, just seem to bounce the truck around. That's where we have a lot of fun, some crashes, maybe some hurt feelings, and some anger.
Got the one of Derek Welch putting in a time right now as well, and got a big field here today. Man, I'm trying to keep track, but I'm seeing 35-ish, maybe even more than that, drivers here tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of trucks. I think that's going to bring out a little bit of fun and hate. So I'm looking forward to that. That's a huge field, especially it'll be fun at a big track like this, you know, with the drafting capabilities of these trucks and everything.
So we got Mike McMillan going around right now as well. We'll take a look here because we do have some standings to talk about here in just a second, as Brad Taylor starting to finish up his qualifying effort, trying to improve upon where he's sitting right now in 26th. And he will not. Yes, he will. Excuse me. Jumps right on up to that pole position. Good gracious, that's a quick time. 50.11. Oof. Yeah, let's take a pause here and start to maybe talk a little bit about what the standings look like. You got Rick Spencer Walt there, who's had in the first couple races some really good action going on there, and you know, having an average finish of second, having that lead. But I mean, things are still pretty close. We're early on here.
Yeah, very early in the season. We only have 2 races in the books, Daytona and Talladega. You know, of course, iRacing Superspeedway this week. Next week, a little bit something different. A lot of these guys are really looking forward to it too. The race admins wanted to kind of mix stuff up. They took a poll of the drivers on some potential tracks to run this season that they didn't run last season, and Michigan was one of those at the top of the list. So get ready for that next week. We will be at Michigan next Tuesday night, so can't wait to see these guys run around that track, because that 2-miler, it's one of those tracks. It's a must-see show, you know, when these guys go there.
That's probably one of my favorite tracks. But this one here, this one brings all the mayhem. And you talk about the big one, I think we're going to see the big one times 5, at least here. It gets wild and crazy, especially in those corners. I think it's 1 and 3. I'm pretty sure that's where all the craziness happens.
So take a look here at Bay Area Rob making that transition down into pit road, maybe practicing his green flag pit stops here, and you can just see that truck bounce all over the place. But did a pretty good job of getting down there. We still got a few people haven't put in a lap time quite yet, so we're still waiting on them, but they got a little bit of time here left.
I want to say thanks to everybody joining us on Twitch and Facebook, and especially on YouTube. We got a bunch of folks on YouTube already. Numb Thumbs Gaming Community on there telling everybody Happy Tuesday. Should be a fun race. Zach GD saying, Hampton, Tennessee, stand up. Jonah Woods pulling for Stone Hutchinson. And so is Mitch Broyles. Stone Squad is in the house tonight, as they say. Dr. Shakalulu saying, let's go None Thumbs Gaming. So a lot of guys out there cheering on so far early today. Alabama Old Men also pulling for None Thumbs Racing Team. So they got a 3-man team out there tonight. So a lot of fans out there chiming on YouTube. And thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, and how much of that teamwork's going to come into play at a track like this? I would think a lot,
All of it, man. All of it.
You got to find your friend and your foe real quick, as you're going to rip around this track at 400 miles an hour, something like that.
That's what it's going to feel like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be white knuckling it around here, guaranteed.
Yeah, and it's going to be super fun to watch. I love this track. I think it's a really cool concept. I know it'll never happen. It's not real. I mean, Massachusetts, so where's this supposed to be?
Chelmsford, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
they
that state ain't even big
planned
enough
for it, but they never built the thing.
It's not even big enough for this.
I think it was supposed to originally be, correct me if I'm wrong, Brown, I think it was supposed to be Coca-Cola Superspeedway or something back in the day. They had the concept for it, and they were going to build it, and I guess they, maybe common sense maybe prevailed, and they decided not to do it.
Yeah, I think that was in the time where, was that right when IndyCar and kart were making the split, and you had people dying left and right in the kart series due to the high speeds and high Gs and whatnot, and they're like, maybe not. But yeah,
Richard G also joining us on YouTube. He's actually in the race tonight. Watch that number 110 truck. Richard G.
Oh, Michelob. He's going to put down a couple laps, is he? Cool.
Yeah, he is.
And he is. So qualifying is now complete. We have a official starting grid here today. So let's go ahead and take the time to do that full grid rundown, starting us off with your pole winner, Brad Taylor in the 31, being able to sneak in there right in front of Paul Ferdiani in that 66, going to be starting on that outside. Brandon Eastman having a pretty good start here in third, with Rick Spencer Walt continuing his super speedway domination, going to be starting here in fourth. Fifth, we got the 60 of Kyle Jackson, and in sixth, the one of Derek Welch. Seventh, we have Curtis Critchley with Zachary Staten on his outside in eighth. In ninth, we've got Mike McMillan. And in 10th, rounding out that top 10, is Cale Turbeville.
Paul Durkee is in that 6 truck starting in 11th. Justin Lawson in the 20 starting 12th. Brandon Coleman in the 54 machine starting in 13th. The 45 truck of Michael Grenold starting 14th. The number 5 truck of Stumpy in 15th. The 69, Gregory Turner, the boss man, Little Rimmer, in 16th. The 4 of Eric Stoy in 17th. Rowdy Derek Puckett in that 8 truck starting in 18th. The 42 of Kevin Winker in 19th. And rounding out your top 20, the 25 truck of Mark Collins.
You're just going to give me the next 20. Let's see.
I could pick you back up at 31.
Yeah, pick me up. Rob Chowdhury, 20. He's 21st there. Number 10 is Stone Hutchinson. This is the man everybody loves, 22nd. 9 of Cody Dorsey, 23rd. 67 of Nathan Stanley, 24th. 51 of Joshua Moore, 25th. 18 of Dylan Ellis, 26th. 61, Kyle Hackett, 27th. Number 2, Brian Doty in the Chicken Pit Special, fastest chicken in the South truck, 28th. 28, Henry Wyndham is in 29th. And then 7 of Rick LePage is in 30th. And take it away with that number 110 car of Richard Gray 31st, and you go ahead and take it from there.
Andrew Hensley is in the 24 truck starting 32nd. Rodney Griffin in the 97 truck starting 33rd. Brian Skidmore in the 75 starting in 34th place. The 12 of Austin Johnson starting 35th. Robert Perrott, I think he's our race controller. I'm not sure. He's being scored in 36th position. We'll find out about that 100 truck here in just a few minutes. But the 76 of Michael Hicks in 37th. And the 33 is Special Ed Murray, your favorite baseball player, in 38th.
Whew, that's a lot of
That's
trucks.
a huge field, son.
I loved him he was with the Orioles, you know.
Yeah. We played
Great
shortstop.
first baseman. First
Or-
base.
Oh, he's a first baseman. Okay. I knew he was an infielder.
Yeah.
So the pace car leading these trucks around for the first time here, getting ready to take to that green flag. And I know from the get-go things are going to get a little crazy, but at the same time, I think they're going to settle in. Once when everyone starts getting used to racing around each other, things will settle in, and we'll get some good green flag racing going on here. And that's all going to start us off up at front there with Brad Taylor and Paul Ferdiani.
Our operator saying, "Welcome back, Adam." I think that's for you, brother. And he's also pulling for the 51 machine as well. Pull for Joshua W. Moore out there in that Muhlenberger Custom Homes machine.
I didn't feel missed. Thank you.
So here we go. Pace car diving down into that pit lane. We are ready to go racing here as the green flag's waving down across the line. 2 by 2 they go into turn number 1. Brad Taylor, Paul Ferdiani getting a great start, staying side by side here. Everybody kind of through the field, getting nice and spaced out. Looks like we might be going almost 3 wide there, but able to slowly figure things out as everyone starts to jockey for position a little bit up front.
We're 3 wide in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, I think that a couple of trucks maybe moving to the outside and just kind of letting maybe the field go by. I heard a couple of guys asking for EOLs, but I don't think they were given EOLs because everybody qualified, or the folks that did qualify, qualified where they're sitting. So a couple guys moving to the back, just kind of a cautionary move, I think. You can run 3 wide here with no problem. I mean, it's a wide track, but kind of early to be doing that. Look at this tandem running on the outside in the front row.
Yeah, you got Rick Spencer Walt and Curtis Critchley out in front, diving all the way back down to the bottom, making that pass happen. And man, 2 trucks here can do a lot of damage. It doesn't take much to get a big run going. And there you see it, the 13 and the 27, both Canadians working together and getting up to that front of that bottom line.
Yeah, old Team Maple Leaf there making it happen. So if any of you drivers out there are listening, if you got a couple of trucks that are willing to go with you, you don't need a huge group to make some big moves. As we see another truck, that's one of your Team America guys, I think, on the outside.
It does, as the 60 decides to make a move of Kyle Jackson looking to maybe try to get up and on that outside. Problem is, he really doesn't have any help right now, and no one's really willing to jump up out there with him, as there's a big gap all the way back to the 6 of Paul Durkee. I mean, that's a solid almost second gap that they're trying to close up as things kind of shake their way out. Looks like he does get a little bit out there as Paul Ferdiani moving up in that 66, getting a little help from the 1 of Derek Welch.
It's a violent transition. Getting up into 1 and getting up into 3. You see how them trucks, when they hit that ramp, it just upsets the truck and they slide up the track. We've seen that over and over from these guys. Jordan Mitchell on YouTube saying, "Let's go Stone and D-Boy." Thanks a lot for joining us, Jordan Mitchell.
Kevin Winker's kind of moving up the field there, 23rd, 24th, 25th position. We got some heck of some battles back here. I think they're just feeling each other out as it starts to. It was too wide for a couple of laps, so maybe they're thinking, let's slow it down a little bit.
Tony Ramona Waldron on Facebook saying, "Come on, Rowdy Puckett," pulling for that 8 truck. Eddie Murray saying, "Make sure to give Gregory Turner a huge shout out for his McNugget." that's on the way. Must be a little inside joke there. Kayla Lawson pulling for the Donkey Farmers. So go Donkey Farmers.
As we're 2 wide, almost 3 wide up here at the front. Trying to maybe sneak up that outside like the Canadians did, just not having the same amount of luck and cars to join him as we continue to tick laps away here now on lap 5. People still trying to jockey, trying to figure out where they exactly want to be out here, and just, you know, taking their time. At least it looks like they're trying to take their time because of just how wide this track is.
Hey, I'm telling you, watch out for the Canadians. They are angry. They're revolting. They're in the streets over the COVID mandates. I've seen it on the TV. They're fighting. They're not putting up with this crap no more. So watch them out here on the track. They're in pissed off country right now.
Yeah, but you got the 66 of Paul Ferdiani getting a big-time push from the 1 of Welch. So they're trying to get that top line moving. The problem is they keep kind of losing that momentum as they enter the corner, as they now have a truck that's trying to maybe sneak out there on that far outside, pushing it 3 wide, now tucking back into line there.
Yeah, we missed you, Adam.
Why?
Trying to make me laugh my ass off here.
Well, it's true. I actually saw the story. The Canadians are pissed. They're 3 wide on the front stretch. Oh, God, that's a whole nother story. But look at they're doing about 230 miles an hour here on the front stretch. That is
Oh, as we got some contact up at the front, everybody scatters.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that was. Ooh, who was that? Donald Tuberville? I don't know. That was
That was
crazy,
one of the
man.
refined motorsports guys. Curtis Critchley, I thought.
Yeah, thankfully everyone was able to scatter and have the little checkup that they needed to get through it all okay. That's going to give Brandon Coleman in that 54 the lead as of right now, but Rick Spencer Walton, Paul Ferdiani down there on those bottom and middle lanes definitely making it work there.
Man, I'm riding around with Curtis Critchley, and his truck is beat up, but he is in the pack and looks like he's trying to make a move. This is crazy, man.
He's with that outside line of trucks. There's 4 of them. They're pretty close together. I think most of his damage is on the right rear. So as long as he's not leading a line and he can stay in the draft, his trucks punch a big hole. So, I mean, it's not going to really hurt his aero that much. He's going to be waiting on a caution or the first round of green flag pit stops to get that damage repaired.
That he might, as that top line slowly finds a way down, kind of trying to make it back into the middle as we got a truck sideways. Oh no, big contact. 13, the 5 getting involved, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag.
Chicken pit machine also in that.
Well,
5 looked like he had a stuck throttle. He was doing some spinning.
I tell you, who took advantage of that? I was watching Richard Gray, that old bastard. He was hanging way back, and he hit the brakes, and I think he missed out on most of that happened in front of him quite a bit.
So we take a look here as I try to get back to where that yellow flag came out. Just big time contact there in the 13 and the 5. Had nowhere to go and just kind of caught up in it, getting pummeled by the 28 as well. And you're going to see here just even more cars sliding across the screen here. And let's take a look at that 110 Michelob special there. Take a ride around with him to see what he saw as he was kind of in the little bit of the mix.
He was on the tail end of it, but I thought he did a good job of slowing down, seeing what was going on ahead of him. You know, he had those Coke bottle glasses on, probably, so he could see real well.
Looks like he also did have some contact with that inside wall during the checkup, but at the same time,
not bad.
Not bad.
Could have been worse for sure.
As looks like we're going to have that entire field coming on in and topping up on fuel, getting some tires, and just having a good old time here coming down pit lane.
Yeah, a couple of guys using some fast repairs. A few trucks got beat up on that last incident. Numb Thumbs gaming community said, "Hey, I'm from Toronto, Canada. We're not that mad, eh?" And he also
Yeah,
said,
Toronto's I think that's kind of like
"Yeah, that's like
the
their New York
L.A.
city."
or New York. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about the regulars out there.
Oh,
I'm just
out in the
kidding.
country,
I don't know
like
anything
out in the
about.
middle of Alabama.
I'm just listening. America News. That's what they're telling us.
And then
What else we got?
He also said, "If we do get mad, we always say sorry, eh?" And then,
They're so nice.
yeah, they are.
Nice people.
Buck is saying that Stone really puckered up on that one. Albert McBride is with us again on YouTube saying Naylor got booted already. It's Mr. Naylor may have gotten involved in that accident.
That he did.
I love having those comments. It kind of makes the thing go a little bit smoother for us because
It
it's
puts
hard
things
to
in perspective too,
it's hard to watch 40 trucks at a time. We're having a
It really
rough
is.
one here.
As we let the field get all grouped back up behind that pace car. I know we saw some shout outs there from some people cheering on Derek Rowdy Puckett. He's now up into second. They're up 16 spots from where he started, so he was able to funnel his way through that last wreck pretty well and is looking to make up some ground. Same thing with the 10 of Stone Hutchinson. He's now going to be up 14 spots starting there in 8th. So definitely plenty of big movers here. And I mean, we even saw it last week. We saw, I think our large mover of the race last week was up 31 spots or something like that. So these guys that started in the back, man, they got a chance.
Especially if they pay attention to what's going on in front of them. Stay out of danger, If there's wrecking going on in front of you, just go where they ain't, and just try to keep that truck clean.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that any of my comments are not reflective of AAA Broadcasting. They're thoughts of my own. You can send your complaints to Alan English. He takes complaints and compliments. He takes them all. If I need to be banned for a race, that's cool.
What was the
I'll
plate
calm
number
down.
on that bus that just ran me over?
Send him all the
But your
compliments
gray
and
is
complaints.
old. I mean,
No, I'm not worried about him complaining.
oh, okay.
Some of my Canadian friends, I don't know. I just took liberties
Oh,
with the Canadians. I just saw it on TV, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Calgary.
Heck,
I don't know
Canadians
what the
are
hell's going on
awesome.
up there.
I love Canada.
Yeah, they're our friends, man. Friends of the North.
Especially Central Canada. It's like Texas, man.
That's the kind of that's the
But
ones I
cold,
know. They're
you
from
know.
like
Yeah.
Winnipeg,
Alberta.
eh?
Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, like straight
Uh,
north of us, eh?
Yeah, Regina, the town of Regina. There's some people that hung out around
That's
up
just a
there.
weird sound in town.
They used to come down to North Dakota and shop at the big mall down there.
Oh, back before we had restrictions, before everybody put the lockdown on all of us.
This is back in the free days.
Yeah, when we had freedoms. Yeah, I remember those days. That was cool. It's going green here, Brown. Sorry about all that.
Now we are as the pace car making that dive down. Brad Taylor out in front with Derek Rowdy Puckett on that outside. Both some of the HCK Beagles OGs. And here we go back across the line. A great start there for the 31 and the 8. The 8 lacking a little bit of help. Oh, as the 54 slides up the track just a little bit, sliding up to that top lane, trying to make up some flat.
Oh, yellow's down again.
But yellow flag is out.
What happened there?
I didn't catch it. There's only 5,000 cars out here. Kind of hard
Is
to
it
see.
because I think we may have had a lap car that was may have been slow in front of the field? That's the only thing I can think of.
Because
Anyway, they'll line them back up. Looks like Andrew Hansen may get a lap back.
Rick Spencer Walt had an issue on the restart. I'm trying to rewatch it here. I
What
think he
number
checked
13?
up. That's a 13. Number 13. Oh, I see what happened there. 33 came down onto the 13.
all right, trying to get a good look at this, but
they were in the very rear of the field. The 33 truck looked like, I don't know if he lost connection or something. He just turned sideways. Come down on the 13. Look, a computer problem.
Yeah, I'm not able to see it, so.
All right, you can just go. Let me describe it to you. The 33 just turns right into the wall and comes down and hits the 13, who's in the inside lane. And it looked like nobody was driving the car. Maybe it was a Tesla truck.
The cyber truck, is that what they're calling the pointy?
Yeah, I think I would assume what it looked like, he lost connection. That's how weird it looked. There was no checking up or anything. It was just he went right, hit the wall, came down.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. That's the reason for this caution here on lap 13, and gonna get that field all stacked back up and whatnot. But that's also something we didn't really touch on, is when these guys, this thing goes green and you mash it, it unsettles the truck quite a bit, and we saw it up at the front just a little bit there with the 8 of Puckett. It'll slide that truck around a little bit.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody should be starting in second gear. If you had somebody that may have started in a wrong gear, they may have broke the rear end loose,
and that could have very well happened. But the way 33 truck, I'm trying to find who's in the 33. I only have 400 cars here. Oh, that's my man Eddie Murray.
It's Murray, yeah.
It looked like he just went right out of nowhere and came down. So
yeah, he was given an EOL to.
It's fine. He was already in the back anyway. There's no harm, no foul. Whatever happened, happened. So
the admins do the best job they can to kind of, if you're the cause of something, and especially if you fess up.
Yeah, there's lots of rules for these guys here. Yeah, they got a lot of rules. Thankfully, they put no rules on me.
It makes for some good racing, though. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, we got about 45 miles in the books here. We got quite a few to go. This is 180 miles total. I'm sorry, and 60 laps. Just an enormous track here, man.
Yeah, and if you have a little bit of damage, what do you do? You have 2 fast repairs? Do you waste one early, or do you try to save them both for something even crazier at the end?
I don't know about you, Brown, but I'm going to kind of wait until later on in the race before I start burning those. You can still run around here decent if you got somebody in front of you.
Yeah, I would also, if need be, I'd use one, and then just maybe hang back a little bit now until we get closer to the end. So you still have that one in that back pocket, and I mean we all know these things typically go to a kind of green-white checker finish where it gets pretty crazy. So save one for right around then, and after that, man, it's go time.
None Thumbs Racing saying, you guys should move to Canada. It's great. They give you $2,000 a month, a free winter jacket, but that's 2,000 Canadian, so it's probably like $20.
Yeah, I heard it was like $50 for a case of beer up there. That was like 2 years ago. I heard that from some of my Canadian friends. I don't understand how that works.
Our inflation's so out of control. We're probably pretty close. The exchange rate's probably pretty close. But
well, they did that on purpose just to keep us down, but I won't get into that. Yeah, we're living large here, but at least we're having fun watching iRacing. iRacing's a simulation, not a game. Great format, great platform if you want to get into the genre of racing around the track in a simulator. This is pretty cool stuff, and a great league to watch too, or join.
And no kidding, as that pace car makes that dive, coming down pit road once again, Derek Puckett and Brad Taylor up here at the front, getting ready to go back to green flag racing, and away we go. Off down across the line. Man, Derek getting a great restart there. Really not having an issue. Oh, did we have a little car have an issue kind of towards the tail end there? I saw some magic smoke, but yeah.
Caution's out again.
Caution's out again. And like I said, I saw some smoke back there on that restart. I couldn't tell you exactly who or where, but it looks like maybe the 75 of Brian Skidmore was also involved in that. Let's try to rewind and see if we can't see anything.
I don't know what happened there, but I do hear some chatter. So at least they got the hate thing going on right now. Maybe some anger.
Yeah, once again, not able, just due to the sheer amount of trucks, I'm not able to see the damn thing. Let me head in. No, not that. Head in here, just make sure I got everything drawn the way it should be.
Numb Thumbs Gaming Community said $70 for a 24-pack right now.
See, I told you. What is wrong with these people? How is that even a thing?
That's a lot.
How can y'all afford to drink cold beer up there? And I know they like to drink cold beer. I've hung out with a bunch of them. I'm sad for Canada.
Man, if you got to rob a bank, you got to rob a bank. I mean, if you're thirsty.
I mean, I didn't take it to that extreme.
Well,
I mean, damn. But I could see going on like a Yahoo. You know them Yahoos? Did you used to Yahoo beer? No?
What?
Never mind.
Oh.
Wahoo, Yahoo. You just go in there and grab like a case of beer out of the convenience store and you wahoo.
Yo, wahoo!
You run out there. I never did that either, but I heard about people that did. I figured you would one of them, Alan.
No! Oh, man.
No? Okay.
I was trying to think, are you talking about chocolate milk? That's like, no, that's Yoo-hoo.
I think I got it confused because of Yahoo. In my brain, had been programming us for so many years now with that internet thing.
Yeah.
I think we used to call it Wahoo.
I cannot add to this conversation whatsoever.
Well, I didn't do it. I just heard about it. It's, people taking advantage.
I learned it by watching you.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm just sad for Canada right now.
Oh,
that's
thanks,
that's
Buck.
what they should be rioting in the streets for. Price of beer.
and thanks, Buck, for the generous compliment. It's very, very generous compliment that you gave us. We're just trying to fill in some time here, so we're.
What's the compliment? I don't even get to see this crap. Are they?
He says,
What does he say?
Out to us. He's talking about how great we are. Keep us entertained on Tuesday nights. I don't like reading that out.
Well, I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe it's just for you and Brown, and they hate me. I don't know.
And then Albert McBride says, "Didn't realize this was Bowman Gray Stadium. Green caution, green caution." That's almost what it feels like so far.
They'll get it
18
together.
laps in.
I think they'll get it together here.
I have a feeling when we start running short of fast repairs, it's going to get a little cleaner.
Yeah, not to mention, we see this at short tracks as well. You got to get into a rhythm. It's once when you get a couple laps under the belt, you understand what people are going to do, and just kind of getting into the flow of the thing. That's when you start to see that green flag racing.
Well, as always, we appreciate all of you watching. And the people who really appreciate it are the guys that sponsor these races. So Laid Back Racing sponsored tonight's race. So they're an outfit that, if you're into racing karts, you need carburetor work done, a custom set of, a custom cylinder head. You need your whole engine gone through. They can do it. They're the experts. So check them out. Laid Back Racing on Facebook. I believe we got a phone number for them. Let's see if I can't.
I got the phone number, 706.
Go ahead, shoot.
969-0778. 706-969-0778. Yeah, get a hold of him. I mean, put your kid in a go-kart. I'd like to put mine in a go-kart and drive him down the street and see him like in 2 days or something. You know what I mean? Sometimes. So.
These
But
guys are
Yeah,
doing
they-
some serious stuff. Check
that's-
their page out.
real go-kart stuff. That'd be,
Man,
and people watching this and people driving this stuff, they're competitive. They want to get in those go-karts too and have some fun. So I'd check those guys out and put you in the winner's circle.
Most definitely. As we get ready to go back to green flag here once again, Derek Puckett with Brandon Coleman side by side. You got Brad Taylor and Cale Turbeville up there as well. Same thing, Kyle Jackson, Derek Welch, Paul Durkee, Stone Hutchinson, Rob Chowdhury, and Justin Lawson. That is your top 10 as of right now as we take to this green flag here. Away we go. Clean start there for the 8, getting a great jump. The 54 able to just hang on as we head off down towards turn number 1. And it looks like we are a little bit cleaner here on this one, and we're going to be able to get some green flag laps in. Side by side we go through 1 and 2. Got a nice little group up here at the front as things are spacing out just a little bit towards the kind of rear of the field here, trying to get everybody all situated and jockeying for position. Looks like we might even be almost 3 wide back here, like the 22nd spot. Got the 42, the 39, and the 76, all kind of bouncing around, trying to get as many positions as they can, as the 54 of Brandon Coleman up here at the front dives down towards that inside and takes that lead away from the 8, and the 8 is all over that back bumper. I mean, shoot, you could almost call that thing one truck the way those two are connected right now.
yeah, and the 8 of Rowdy Puckett kind of lost his help there from the 31 machine as the 31 started to kind of look towards the middle. That's when that outside line really got the big run, and that's why you have the 54 out there leading this race right now.
It's the 10 of Stone Hutchinson also maybe losing some ground here all alone on that far outside. He's going to need to find a gap to maybe jump back down into line, and it looks like he will there right behind, I believe that's the 6 of Paul Durkee.
Yeah, it's a crazy race, man. I'm watching some of the chat. I see an FU Brandon. I don't know what that's about, but that sounds crazy.
Yeah, that's somebody's not happy right now with the 39 of Eastman.
Everybody hates Brandon right now. I
Oh,
don't
it
know
might
what
be
it
the
is.
54 of Coleman. There's 2 different Brandons racing out here. I don't know
Well, I
which
think
Brandon.
there's another Brandon people talk about too. I don't know which one we're talking about.
He's the Brandon everybody's cheering for. They're saying, "Let's
Oh.
go, Brandon."
Oh,
But this
okay.
is somebody's not very happy with a Brandon in the race. Whoa, 69 got way sideways there with the 39 right behind him.
Yeah, he did.
Same thing with the 9 of Code Dorsey and the 2 of Brian Doty up there. Is the 20, I believe that's the 25 of Mark Collins shuffling his way through the middle of the field there. That 2 and 9 slowly moving backwards.
When you get that air taken off of your nose and you hit that big transition going into the turns, we're watching over and over these trucks just slide very violently up towards the high side of the racetrack.
As we're 3 wide here, Derek Welch getting left all alone there in the middle as the 54 trying to move on down, but not quite clear. Almost had a crazy contact there, but that run is going to allow the 8 of Derek Puckett to take the lead back once again, as we got 2 lines of racing with the truck kind of stuck there in that middle.
Richard Gray up 17.
Oh, it's
18
the 60
position right now.
body checks the 10. Able to hang on to it and keep it in the wall by the looks of it. Oh my goodness, that was a hard impact.
And the 4 and the 6 working together great again this week. We saw them last week. The 4 of Eric Stoy and the 6 of Paul Durkee working very well together in the draft to try to gain some track position on these leaders.
Yeah, that was a tennis Stone Hutchins that just got smoked there, kind of like Michael Jackson when he got his hair caught on fire because he's driving a Pepsi truck. So everybody knows that's going to happen. I hope he hangs in there and can keep it together. It looks like his truck is damaged heavy.
Yeah, right now we got the 4 of Eric Stoy here in 13th, like you were saying, and Paul Durkee working together, trying to inch their way forward. And we've seen 2 trucks here. Man, they can make up a lot of ground, and they just gained another one, the 54 of Brandon Coleman. So Brandon looking to maybe shuffle his way back up to that front as these guys head off down into these turns here. And that's going to leave still Derek Rowdy Puckett up 17 spots up here in the lead. And really not too much action going on behind him that he needs to worry about, but they are closing in a little bit.
Look at Brad Taylor, position number 3 in the A1 steak sauce truck. Love that paint.
Henry Wyndham up 20 spots right now, sitting in 9th in that 28 truck. Great run for him. And Richard Gray in the 110, newcomer to this league, in 12th spot, up 19 positions. Well, he's currently battling Eric Stoy for that 12th spot. Looks like he's dropped a couple spots. Riding that inside line. Richard's one of them guys that loves plate track racing, so definitely one of the more patient drivers we got out there today.
Yeah.
He's from North Carolina, so this is kind of his deal. He loves watching super speedways, and he likes to be a part of it.
Someone we haven't really talked much about here today yet is 76 of Michael Hicks, currently sitting in 19th of 18 spots from where he started. He's been kind of stuck in the middle of the pack here for a little bit as he inches his way forward, and he's definitely been very patient, but you can see the damage on his truck there. He's just gotten a little unlucky.
Well, and the great thing about this kind of racing is, as long as you stay on the lead lap, you still got a chance. And, I mean, even the guys one lap...
As we got some action up in the front, the 8 of Puckett trying to kind of switch lanes back and forth, pick whichever one's going to move the best, ends up getting caught out in the middle, and he's going to get shuffled back. And, boy, that was dicey for a good minute.
Yeah, you get shuffled here with no help in no time. They're running 3 wide all the way up front here. It's crazy.
As we see the 42 of Kevin Winker maybe peeking to the outside of Eastman right now. Winker was one of the ones you'd see up at the front just about all the time last season. This season having a little rough go of it as the 8 gets a big run. He's running like 10, 15 miles an hour faster than that 42 who had almost no help. So a few trucks are going to be able to sneak by there. And looks like Derek making his way back up through this field and trying to get back up to that front.
He's got a great pusher behind him in the Eric Stoy. And then look right to the outside of them. You got Paul Durkee with a great pusher behind him. So don't count any of these guys out. The closer they can get to each other, though, the better run they can make. And it looks like there's too big of a gap between the 8 and the 4 right now. Let's see if they tighten that up. Oh, the 8 of Rowdy Puckett diving to the inside line.
Ooh, and the 4 wanted to follow, but that got closed very quickly. So that 4 kind of getting left out to dry a little bit there, as the 6 is also getting left out to dry out there on that far outside line.
We got that Ollie's machine coming up to help the 4.
Ollie's. Have you been to one of those?
No, I've not been in an Ollie's.
Well, it's like all the leftovers.
Yeah, it's like they have a place down here called Cheaper Than Dirt or something like that. It's a construction material place.
This has like everything.
Oh, okay.
Food and lawn equipment. I don't know. Hell, chairs. It's weird, man.
Like a Menards and a grocery store mixed together.
Books, snacks, electronics. I don't know. They must have got it from China off some truck somewhere.
I like me some snacks and some OLED TVs.
As we're now just past halfway in this race, we see that a lot of these guys, last pitted on lap 9. And we have had a couple cautions and whatnot, but do you think we're going to start seeing pit stops here within the next 10 laps as the 61 is all the way down on that apron?
Yeah, the 10 is down there too. Oh no! 61's wrecking.
Yeah, he's totally crashed out now. Kyle Hackett in the 61. Wow.
Caution's out, so I think that answers your questions about pit stops.
I don't know what happened there with the 61. I'll have to take a look.
That we will as I try to do there. Just kind of see what happened there. Oh man, he was on the apron, came back up onto the track. Let's see what caused him to go down onto the apron. If he ended up just getting shoved down there, or if he might have turned into the corner a little too much. That's what it was.
Apron.
Just turned down into that corner a little bit too much, and that caused that big old pileup.
Snapped on the apron, man.
Richard Gray got involved in that, and probably going to have some damage out of that deal.
Man alive. Buck Myers joining us on YouTube saying the 60, I guess that's Kyle Jackson. He's saying the 60 is dirtier than crapping in your hands and clapping. That's pretty dirty.
Ooh, I feel hatred.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch a 60. What's he up to?
I don't know, but definitely an anti-fan.
Kyle Jackson. He's got a Peanuts Christmas paint. How can you hate that guy?
He's one of those refined motorsports guys.
Yeah, look at it. He's got Peanuts. Remember the cartoon? Y'all youngsters probably don't remember that. Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
So here we go, getting some more pit stops underway here. Time to see what people do. I think everyone is probably going to take tires and definitely take fuel here. This track, not very unlike Daytona and Talladega. However, this one will eat tires just a little bit more because they're under just that much more force.
Thinking maybe right sides and fuel and then try to get the hell out of there. Let's start looking at some of these lap times or pit times. Got a couple guys that look like they took 2. Henry Wyndham, one of those. Also Kevin Winker. They may have both taken 2.
As
Perdiani, maybe.
Looks like maybe Derek Puckett getting a great pit stop there. Kind of flying right on through. But yeah, Kevin Winker making up some ground there on pit road with that very quick time. Same thing with Henry Wyndham, like you said. Very quick times down there on pit road. And it looked like a whole bunch of people came in but with some quick times, but they might have got, it was more about getting their fast repair done or something like that.
Yeah, one of those tracks, one of those situations where you might see some pit strategy here as, tires are not really the most important thing out here. Shall see.
That we will, as I think Derek Puckett actually ended up pitting in a lap early. He might have been suffering from some damage from something, but it looked like he came in and he's now coming in here once again to complete maybe another pit stop, so he's going to shuffle his way back.
It's like Eddie Murray and Stone Hutchinson both getting a lap back. And I believe, who's the other one up there? Mark Collins, maybe? Well, maybe not. Stone and Eddie, both for sure.
Yeah, fan favorites. Why not? Just send them around.
They're adding another lap of caution here, I believe.
Did anybody catch that comet storm last night? That was amazing.
Me and my wife went out and looked at it. We had a mostly cloudy sky, so we had one little patch where we could see stars, and we couldn't see anything. So,
Oh, that's disappointing.
yeah, it
It was
happens.
really cool. Well, I thought it was cool. Anyway,
I enjoyed
lots
that
of streaks
kind
coming.
of stuff.
Yeah, streaks coming across the sky. You think the
Oh, I
aliens are
love
coming?
that.
You know, pretty cool
I
stuff.
love it. Ayla Lawson on there on the YouTubes pulling for Justin in that 20 truck, saying, "Come on, Lawson, get to the front. Why don't you?" Thanks for joining us, Kayla. We appreciate it.
As we wait to make one more lap around here at iRacing Superspeedway, and kind of just like I said, we had some great green flag racing laps once we got going, but that restart, man, that seems to be the tricky spot for these guys right now.
Well, and as they say, restarts breed more restarts. Cautions and restarts. Just one of those things, At least we're past halfway.
Well, I mean, it's been a heck of a fun race to watch. Anyway, I think. I mean, I don't know if the people on the YouTubes and the Switches or Twitches or whatever we got going on, if they can agree. But I think it's been pretty fun to watch. I don't
The
know.
book face and
Yeah, they
some-
can,
the Teddy Grahams and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. I love that Teddygram. That's pretty cool.
Look at you working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter out here.
Oh, you just stole. Did you steal my line from me?
I had to, man. It was
You
open
got it.
for you. I said
that was good.
it had Teddy in it and everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another story.
Well, I'm in the beat laboratory trying to come up with some new material, and here you are, taking my old material and recycling it.
Hey, you had a week off. I mean, I had to do something.
How was it last week? Did you miss me? Y'all miss me?
Oh yes, for sure.
Of course.
It was busy. We were out of breath. I
Working
think,
too
for
hard.
A while, yeah.
I give you a
almost
break
counted
with my.
Almost counted as cardio,
Yeah, I give you a break with my non-racing commentary. I'm more of a current events guy,
Yeah.
but I do love watching these trucks and the HCK Beagles racing. I love these guys, man. And
About
trucks, it's pretty amazing.
25 to go or so when we take the green here. It looks like
Yeah,
the pace
like-
car's jumping off.
800 cars, let's do it.
Green flag's out. Here we go. 2x2.
2x2 we go. Kevin Winker leading that bottom line. Brad Taylor giving chase a little bit here, trying to make up some ground, and we're in for hopefully 25 laps here of green flag race, and I think these guys will make it if they are able to go through all the way to the end. As these guys continue to tick laps away. It looks like we're going to actually be single file a little bit here. Just a couple trucks getting left outside. Oh, as we got more trucks popping to the outside now, trying to make a move.
Tell you what, man, this is one of those tracks you can make the outside line really work for you, but you can't do it by yourself. You need some help. You need at least one or two other trucks.
Yeah, but I think you only need 2 to 3 trucks. You can make a heck of a run. So nobody's out of this thing just yet. Chump to champ, champ to chump in no time here.
Outside line, they got 3 of them really close together here. They're trying to stay organized. They're trying to figure out each other's line here, trying to stick together. It's a little bit easier on the inside because you got that yellow line as a reference. Now they're getting a little help. Now it's a group of 4 on the outside line.
And that's just going to help them out all that much more. And, they got a couple people that are a little far back right now, but can definitely draft up and kind of join that party. As up here at the front, we got the 64, Cale Turbeville, trying to make a move there on the outside. But again, he's kind of all alone. He's got to wait until that pack reaches all the way up to him.
he might not be able to dive in front of this outside line. He may have to try to squeeze in somewhere. But I've been wrong many times before. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, as we got a little shaky action going on back there with the 42. Squeezing down, trying to get every inch of that side draft possible, and he now has some help as he's also got, I believe that's the 6 of Paul Durkee trying to jump out there to give a little bit of help, but losing ground. Same thing with
Durkee's going to have a run. Look at this.
Moving on up through this field, all over the back of the 408 Bay Area Rob Chowdhury. And that is going to allow the 42 to try to sneak up there and give a little bit of draft, but that ended up just checking up that entire line. So now all these moves that people are making, they're not all for the better. Some things are starting to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, you see these huge runs, like the 6 machine just then.
Oh, as we're 4 wide.
It looked like something exciting was about to happen, and he just runs out of momentum.
Well, let's talk about exciting. In 8th position, the 110 of Richard Gray is up 23 spots. So isn't that crazy for him? He's kind of made his way up. Now pushing into 7th.
And don't look now. You got that 4 of Eric Stoy up into 4th. He's getting a little bit of push there from the 20 of Justin Lawson. And, I mean, you're talking about 2 really good people if you want them on your back bumper to give a little bit of a push. But right now, they need to get someone up there in the lead to kind of take the charge here if they want to make up some ground, because they're laying back just a little bit there. You can fit a couple trucks maybe between them.
If you're one of the folks watching this on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, give this race a like and a share. But more important than that, go to Laid Back Racing on Facebook. Your racing go-kart engine experts. Go give their page a follow. Go share their page out with folks. You never know. You might have somebody in your friends list that is into kart racing, serious kart racing. And these guys have everything you need to be competitive in kart racing, as far as cylinder heads, carburetors, full engine go-throughs. Give them a like and a follow on Facebook. Laid Back Racing. I think you got the phone number for them pulled up, Mr.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, go ahead and
call.
that phone.
You can call them at 706-969-0778.
Oh, as we got car wrecking.
Ooh, that's the 97 truck.
Rodney Griffin, and
Outlaw machine.
that's not gonna bring out the yellow flag because it was really just the one truck. Oh, it did pull out the yellow flag.
Yep, we got a yellow.
Yeah. Ooh, he did. He looked like a ballerina there.
He's dizzy, guarantee you.
Yeah, he'd have a concussion for sure.
So
You know how those figure skaters do that? They focus on one part of the area and they just keep focusing on it. They don't get dizzy. Isn't that weird?
Well, that's like when you're out there in deep sea fishing. You just kind of you gotta focus on a point,
Yeah, look at the horizon or something, huh?
Right.
I
don't know. I bet if you're, oh, dude, you wouldn't make it. I don't think you could handle
How
it.
do you know that?
I just know you.
You just think I'm going to automatically get sick?
Yeah, I do.
God.
I mean, just being honest. I mean, I have been sick out there. I do not enjoy it. So, but I'd like to give me your full report when you go do that. Let me know how it goes.
I will definitely. I'd rather go snagging at the hydro plant down at the Three River Complex or something. Down
Well,
there.
that's about as
Yeah.
redneck thing I've heard tonight. What about you? Do magnet fishing? Are you one of them guys? Throw a magnet in that river, try to pull stuff out of it.
Like pulling up guns or something?
Yeah.
No, I've never tried that. We use like a
about-
big speaker magnet or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He's redneck. How about noodling? You ever tried that?
No, never tried it. I don't like water moccasins, man. That's what I would.
They're
You know
not going to
what?
be in the catfish hole. They have to breathe.
I don't like your damn snakes, man.
I don't know. A lot of people probably don't know what we're talking about at this point.
And I don't
but-
like freaking. If I think I might grab a damn alligator too.
Well, you got to go with alligator saint. I agree with you on that.
Well, we got a bunch of people coming down pit road.
Yeah, I think maybe it was a little close that last caution. So this is gonna be, I think, probably
money
that
stop?
money stop here. I don't think you'll need to pit after this time.
How many guys are taking fuel only, you think?
By the looks of it, quite a few, as we got, very quick pit times here with Brandon Eastman, Brad Taylor, and Eric Stoy all there.
And Buck Myers on YouTube saying, how about that rookie Dylan Ellis running in the top 10?
Yeah, he's up 19 spots. I didn't recognize
Heck
that man.
yeah, man.
Look at
Dylan
him
Ellis
go.
in the 18 truck started 26, now sitting in 9th place. Good run for Dylan. We've got a lot of new names here this season, so bear with us if you don't hear your name mentioned in the broadcast.
Yeah, there's
Hey, what you
there's
can
so
do,
many.
You can always send us a message, or have your
Yeah.
family or your friends send us a message. Let us know about your driver. We'll definitely talk about you on the air.
Yeah, it's hard with a field like this. It feels like I hadn't, like Derek Welch said in P15. We hadn't talked much about him. There's so many drivers out here. It's kind of wild, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of like a game of Yahtzee.
Yep. Andrew Hansley, the fourth, back in 33rd right now. We know Carroll's always on pulling for him. Eddie Murray kind of back there at 34th. Kyle Hackett had he was one of those guys that had a bad crash earlier. He's back 35th position. Stone Hutchinson, man, Alan Brown. It's kind of crazy to see one of your crowd favorites, one of your internet sensations like Stone Hutchinson, sitting back in dead last, 3 laps down. That's kind of rough on him.
Yeah, that it is, but it's you can't count him out. Just a few cautions, and as long as he's got a clean enough truck, he's back on that lead lap, can charge right on up through this field. However, that time is definitely ticking away here. We're going to be going back to, I believe, green flag racing with 15 laps to go, the last 1/4 of this race. And boy, it's been a long one, but at the same time, it's been action filled.
Yeah, thanks to AJ and Gregory for joining us on Facebook. And look who else is on Facebook tonight. America's driver, Albert Anderson. Thanks for joining us tonight for this HCK Beagles race. These guys are trying to get their starting order sorted out. Heard a little bit of chatter on the radio saying, hey, man, pass me, get around me.
Man, that's the other thing with all these trucks is trying to figure out where you're supposed to be starting is a little tricky. But that pace car going to be making that dive into pit road this time. Brandon Eastman and Brad Taylor up here at the front. You got the 4 Eric Stoy and the 42 of Kevin Winker right there as well. All OGs from last season. So looking to make a big push here tonight as we go back to green flag racing, off and running down into turn number 1. It's still going to be side by side there up at the front, but the 42 has absolutely no help whatsoever, and it's not coming that quick either.
Nathan Stanley in that 67 Toyota. He got a pretty good restart, jumped down to that inside line, and he's got help from Bay Area Rob right behind him. He's catching up to this lead pack pretty quick. Here comes Richard Michelob Gray. He's got the 54 machine of Brandon Coleman to the outside of him, but it looks like Coleman's going to run out of steam if he doesn't get any help. They're still 3 wide. Richard's going to try to jump down inside. Not quite clear. Yeah, he's clear now. Still 3 wide right behind him and beside him here now.
As everyone making that desperate push up towards the front, you can see kind of right in front of him there, you got Zach Staten. Haven't said his name much here, and he's a quick driver. He's been trying to work his way up through this field ever since the get-go. And right now, Kevin Winker in that 42 is able to get enough help there from the 20 of Justin Lawson, having a great run here again today. Now up into second, kind of leading that top line, getting some help there from the 6 of Paul Durkee, but that top line just losing a bit of momentum there as they come through turns 3 and 4, but still right there towards that front.
Tony Ramona Waldron on Facebook saying, "Come on, Rowdy Puckett, still got a lot of racing left to do." Yeah, there's quite a few laps to go here. Got at least 12 until they hit the line.
Yeah, we have a lot of racing, and it looks like they're getting racy now, for sure.
Especially kind of towards this back of the pack. It's 3-4 wide. Just kind of everybody getting into that position that they think will get them the best finish here. As you said, it's definitely coming down into crunch time. Oh, as the 110 hits the apron hard, but is able to hang on to it and not drift up the track as badly as I thought it was going to be. But that's definitely going to check up that bottom line right around where he is and allow the 8 and the 45 to kind of sneak on right by.
36 miles to go. These guys are going to start maybe taking some more chances, maybe pushing a little harder on that truck bumper in front of him. And Rowdy Puckett dives to the inside below the 51. And he's trying to make some tracks, trying to get back in at least the top 10 here.
And here comes that top line. Big head of steam there. The 20 and the 6 working together with the 5 just in the rear. They're trying to get things going. Oh, as we got a big wreck.
51 wrecking. Joshua Moore and the Muhleberger Custom Homes machine. Man, it's tore up.
And that will bring out the yellow flag.
Woo. Well, we want to hear from you guys out there in the social media land on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Let us know. Is this the last caution? You're going to see at least 1 or 2 more? What do you guys think? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. The winner will get a great compliment or something. What a contest prize, you know?
Yeah, we got to start getting prizes together. That'd be kind of cool if we could give prizes out to our viewers, because apparently they like to listen to our nonsense. So.
I've got a pretty good suspender collection. Maybe I can spend them like
Do you have suspenders? What are you, like 100 years old?
No.
What do you wear suspenders with? Your jeans?
Pants? Yeah. Hold your pants up.
Does it help?
Well, yeah,
because it's better than a belt.
Well, my gut pushes the pants down, and the suspenders help pull it back up. It's like a,
it's like a yin and a yang.
Light, yeah.
Okay.
It's light matter and dark matter fighting. They equalize out, that kind of thing.
I don't know if they'd want that as a prize, but that's a good concept. Let's start with that.
It's just a bad example, Win a pair of my suspenders, or
no, that sounds like a heck of a race. One of your pair of Alan English's suspenders, 200.
Some of them got they're like a measuring tape, And
that's an old timer's trick right there.
Some of them got like flags on them, and some got like fire on them, and
you got an old soul, is what I would call you. You're just an old man in a
with an old
middle-aged man body. I wasn't going to call you young.
It depends on what time of the day it is, how young I feel.
Yeah, we're kind of in the same boat. Yeah,
well,
Mr. Brown, what do you think here? What's going to happen?
Oh boy, I can't really claim what's going to happen here because we've seen a little bit of everything, and normally you can kind of get the feeling of, what might happen, but, we'll be going green here with 8 laps to go, and, I mean, anything can really happen in those 8 laps. We could go green flag all the way, which I'd put a 15% chance on that. Get at least one more yellow. I'm going to put that at, about 70%, and that leaves a little bit of wiggle room because who knows, something up at the front could happen, and next thing you know, everybody could be involved, and you just got mayhem all over the place.
Let me tell you what's going on social media. So, our vigilante representative tonight, America's driver, Albert Anderson, says he's predicting 2 more cautions with a green-white checker. Donnie Turbeville saying the cautions will keep coming as long as the fast repairs are still there. Tony Roma Waldron says, love the new track. It's not the last caution. AJ definitely agrees also. AJ Gotzi saying it's definitely not the last caution. Over on YouTube, Albert McBride is saying Lawson and Naylor are looking pretty good out there. Also, he thinks there'll be at least 2 more cautions, with Brandon Coleman probably causing at least one of those.
That's fine.
Jonah Wood saying, well, with how the 60 and the 8 drive, we'll have at least 3 more. Ooh.
I love it. Ooh, I love this hatred and fights. Oh, man, I can't wait to delve into this next time.
And Josh Ellis says at least 2 more. So, hey, look, we got a few opinions out here, but most people say 2, 3, or maybe more.
I don't know if we can do any more.
Fingers
I don't know
crossed.
if I have that much left in me, but big shout out to AAA Broadcasting, that's us, and MidwestStatesOfThunder.tv. That's kind of the platform we use. Y'all check us out. We do different things, and we just like to have fun, and we really have fun with these HCK Beagles guys. And
it's a great league, man.
Yeah, really cool.
I hope they continue to grow.
I don't know how much more they could grow. I don't know how many pit stops these tracks have.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we put any more cars on the track at this point? I mean, this is kind of unprecedented. I don't know. Might as well throw them out here.
As we got Kevin Winker and Justin Lawson gonna take us back to this green flag. Justin having a great race here once again. Just having a little bit of bad luck towards the end of last week, if I remember correctly. But some other people are definitely up there with a chance as we get back and ready to go green flag racing here at iRacing Superspeedway. 8 laps remaining here in this race, trying to determine the winner of what is going to be a hectic and body shop filled race.
Alabama old man says at least 4 more, and 3 of those will be big wrecks. So that's the first time we heard somebody say we'll have 4 more cautions. Oh man, I hope he's wrong.
As up in the front, looks like we got a pretty clean start there. The 6 of Paul Durkee jumping out in front of the 20, trying to get him the momentum back to inch their way back forward, but not a lot of action going on there. Not a lot of help either coming up behind them as people are still trying to figure their way around and figure which line's going to be quick here as we come back across the line. 7 laps to go now. Still looking 2 wide racing up here at the front. Slowly making that top line work, trying to inch forward ever inch by inch.
Dylan Ellis, one of those guys trying to get up there and sneak a top 10. Him and Richard Gray are about to be side by side back here for 14th, 13th place. Outside line making a heck of a run here. The 4 jumps up to take advantage and maybe try to stop the 1 and the 88 from making such a huge run here.
Man, if we have...
Oh, I can feel it brewing.
It's brewing. If we have 4 more cautions, so I'm going to have my 13-year-old go to the liquor store. I'll be out of booze by this point. I think we're going to do just okay. I do expect at least one more big one. And, could be chump to champ in no time here at Speedway like this.
Ooh, as we got cars drifting down onto that apron, able to hang on to it and keep rolling, but that's going to lose a little bit of that momentum. So now it looks like the 110 of Richard Gray is going to be one of those last guys in that kind of lead group until everyone sucks right back on up. You got the 88 of Zach Staten trying to make his way up through. Same thing with the 18 of Dylan Ellis, that newcomer here in that Hot Wheels truck. He's in a pretty good spot right now, as long as he can keep it clean. You know, right now he's got a gap he could go for, shooting it up the middle and getting that wind tunnel effect. The problem is he wouldn't have any help whatsoever here as Kevin Winker continues to lead, but that 6 of Paul Durkee, man, he is trying as hard as he can with the help of the 20 of Justin Lawson, as we got some trucks drifting on out to that very high line. You got the 1 out there of Derek Welch and the 66 of Paul Ferdiani, who kind of started up towards the front here and is now drifted back into 13th.
I don't know about y'all, but I don't think I'd want to beat Kevin Winker right here in this position. Number 1, going into the final lap doesn't always end up number 1 at these super speedways.
Well,
it's kind of a nerve-wracking place to be.
Especially at a track like, say, Talladega, like we saw last week, because that trioval happens.
Oh, as the 6 gets a
yards to go.
Big bump from the 20 in the rear end, able to hang on to it. But man, that lost that high lines momentum big time, as just a little too big of a bump there from the 20. I don't know if the 5 might have done a little push the pusher action there going on, but great save by Paul Durkee in that 6.
They still got time.
I don't think he did, but that just goes to show you how forgiving these trucks are. I mean, if this was a Cup race or Xfinity, I think that truck would have been sideways and rear-ended into the outside wall, but these trucks got that big spoiler on them. Oh, big wreck in the middle of the field, the 45. Oh, it's a big one. There's trucks upside down back here, boys.
There was the big one.
Oh, and we got a truck flying through the air.
Richard Gray made it out of there somehow.
Did he really? Wow.
He may have a little damage, but... Oh, man, look at the size of that wreck. Oh, the tube machine? Is that the one that went flying? We don't have a 2 out there.
Yes, we do. The 2 of Brian Doty. Ooh, sent up into the stands and up into Neverland.
Yeah, Richard Gray got kind of turned. I don't think anything was his fault, and he survived it for the most part until the aftermath. Oh, Lord, have mercy. What the chicken pit special?
Oh,
is
the
on fire.
21 just drifting down into the 45, causing a chain reaction of people. And yeah, we saw the 2 there going for a little bit of a ride. I think the 45 got involved. The 66 gets involved. We got cars smoking, and then we had that chase pack kind of coming up through and making up a little bit of ground. Big time wreck there, but man, let's we got to go for a ride here with the 2 of Brian Doty to
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, I don't want to throw up, dude. Go ahead and do it.
And we have a liftoff as he goes tumbling down, and oof, throw up warning for all y'all, but he sticks the landing somehow.
I said, like stroke a race. He was born to race.
Good.
Yeah. That was pretty wild, is what that was. Hey.
Albert Anderson, America's driver, on there saying the number 35 Eastman is one heck of a pusher. He goes on to say him and the 42 are going to be hard to beat at a track like this. I think you're right. Donnie Turbeville is also saying $50 per fast repair. Bump that points fund up.
Oh, now we're talking about money. That's stuff I like. Money and fights. Yeah. And Albert, America's driver, he was talking about Kevin Winker. We've seen him in this league just kind of He's a heck of a driver, and he's going to have to battle to finish this thing in first, but he's up 18 spots. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the winner's circle for sure.
At least on the podium tonight. Paul Durkee up there holding on to that third spot right now.
Durkee, what movie was that? I just think a movie.
Crocodile Durkee.
Team America.
Blood Dundee.
Team America. Durkee. What was that? I don't know. It is
know what
World
you're
Police
talking
TV.
I
Yeah, I
what
don't
you're
know.
talking about. It's like the old Thunderbirds,
Yeah.
or whatever it was with the marionettes. Yeah, I know what you're
Yes. Yeah. Team America. World Police.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah, it's
say
a cult
though,
classic.
someone on the outside here looking in as we're just kind of looking through this leaderboard, sitting right there in 12th, up 25 spots. The 76 of Michael Hicks done a very good job of trying to avoid all these cautions and whatnot. And man, it's looking pretty good for that truck right now.
I'd like to say again, all my thoughts are my own. They're not AAA Broadcasting, Midwest States of Thunder TV. Send your complaints, compliments. I'd like the compliments to Alan English.
Oh, God,
Sorry. I have some weird thoughts, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. I like racing and I like just talking about nonsense. It's my fault. I'll stop.
Oh, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Oh, damn you.
Oh, sorry. Hey, speaking of Winker, he's in a Menards. Have you been in a Menards, haven't you? Those things are crazy, man. They have everything in them.
You could buy a head of lettuce,
You could buy a house in there, I'm pretty sure.
a bunch of 2x4s, and, a customized birthday cake. I mean, you can buy anything.
Yeah, they're cool. We don't have them down here, but I've been in one, and they're pretty sweet. I'd like to go back. I think they have them in Kansas.
Like a super, what do they call the HEB marketplace, or like a
Yeah, super Walmart
Kroger or
on
something. And
steroids.
then you add a Home Depot in the middle of it. Yeah,
Right.
kind of cool.
It's like something you've never seen before. So
Menards is the bomb, man.
yeah, he's got a cool America flag on it too, so that's cool.
Every Menards has like a Denny's, like across the street from it. Did you realize that?
Yeah, they're probably
Think
doing
about
some
it.
underhanded deals.
Every Menards and every Denny's I've been to in the northern, the northern tier states up there, there's always a Denny's across from a Menards. I wonder if they got
We're gonna have to look at the stock market,
we need some
see what's going on with that.
outside researchers.
I'll ask Pelosi. She probably has money in it all.
Well, what I do know here is we're going to get back ready to go green flag racing here. Green, white, checker underway, which means it's time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, and throw inhibition out the window. We are racing here for a win. Up at the front right now, the 42 of Kevin Winker getting a great restart with the 6 of Paul Durkee there, pushing him out in front. You also got the 20 of Justin Lawson also giving a big old push there. The 39 of Brandon Eastman just shuffling on down and trying to get everything all gathered back up here as Paul Durkee looks to the outside, once again being pushed by the 20 of Lawson. We know these two have worked together very well just about all race long, but that's also going to allow Eastman back to that bumper of the 42. So we got a couple of guys here who've been working together just about all dang race, and we know work together well as we're getting ready to come across the line. Doesn't look like we will get a caution here, so that means white flags waving, no more cautions. The race will end on this lap no matter what, as Kevin Winker and Brandon Eastman on that bottom line putting in the work. They got the 31 of Brad Taylor there also kind of just lurking there, getting ready to pounce just in case that little opening opens up for him. But here we go on that outside. You got the 6 of Durkee and the 20 of Lawson gathering up momentum. They got the help there from, it looks like the 28 of Henry Wyndham, who's been making a move here in the 5, as well as we get loose cars all over the place. We're getting a drag race down to the line. Big run there, big block there, wrecking across the line. And it's going to be Kevin Winker for the win. Brandon Eastman in second and Brad Taylor in third as we wrecked across the finish line.
Well, wow.
Look at the cars flying through the air. Trucks, I'm sorry.
That was
Oh my God.
cool, man.
That did not disappoint.
So we take a look back here at the finish, the 31 finishing backwards here today.
Thanks, Carol Hansley, for watching on Facebook. We appreciate you cheering Andrew on every week. Wow, what a finish tonight.
And so you can also see just the pure carnage that went on right behind everybody.
Love the slow-mo replays.
Just trying to soak all that in. That was pretty insane, actually.
See, this is why they never built this track, because, man, look at that at the end.
Ooh, I saw a little block there at the end.
Oh, it wasn't little. that wasn't little. That was a block, but
Yeah, it happens.
you know what? As everyone came across the line, I don't think it actually messed up the finishing order because everyone just kind of funneled into each other, and man, it definitely makes for an exciting picture of a finish. That is for sure.
Got some double burnouts going on down here between the 51 and the 42. What a cool track, you know, to be able to watch people race on a track that just never got built. But iRacing, the great thing about iRacing is they can simulate it. So, and that's what they've done here. So we actually get to see how the NASCAR Camping World trucks would actually do if they had built this track in real life. And man, what a race!
Yeah, you aren't kidding. As we got people lining up to get interviewed here. We're going to start with our second place finisher, and that's going to be the 39 of Brandon Eastman, bringing home a second place finish here tonight at iRacing Superspeedway. Brandon, first off, congratulations on that second place finish. That was a very, very crazy ending. One of the best photos I think we've ever seen, with some people finishing backwards there as they came across the line. But you did a heck of a job up there, able to push that 42 up into a win. And man, it was a rough going kind of there at the beginning and in the middle, but everything kind of settled down a little bit there, and we were able to finish this one under green.
Yeah, it was a good time pushing Kevin